I'm looking at possibly spending the rest of my life in prison for something I didn't do. My friend Cindy introduced me to a girl that was a friend of hers. I've been friends with Cindy for years. For the first 2 weeks, me and this person were just phone buddies. I had never met her before. Then 10 to 15 days later, we picked her up over an hour away, and I was like, oh my God. She was immediately not my type. And I said, Cindy, what the were you thinking? I cannot believe this. I didn't want to be rude and hurt her feelings, so I continued with our plan. Our plan was to go back to the house. We went to the grocery store, and we came home, and she was gone. And I was thinking to myself, I said, Cindy, whew, God, we got lucky on this one. The very next day, between 5 and 6, there was a knock at the door, and there's 2 sheriff's deputies. They said, we have a warrant for your arrest. And they said, 2nd-degree forcible rape. And the officer reads me the warrant, and it says, the person's name that I just had met. I said, I can rule myself out. Nothing happened. No physical contact whatsoever. I didn't even sleep with her. I did everything the officers asked me to do. I did a rape kit. I did my interview, and it came back clean. There were mugshots. There were things on the news. It was everywhere. They made me out to be like I'm some monster, and I hadn't done anything but try to be nice to a person. My original bond was $250,000 based on nothing to substantiate it. Finally, they just reduced my bond, and I got out last week, being locked up for almost 2 years based on nothing. And I'm looking at possibly the rest of my life in jail or prison for nothing. And the whole time I was in jail, I was telling every guy in my pod, when I get the heck out of here, I'm going on the Steve Wilkos show. I want to get my name back.
So now you're facing a trial still. You're out on bail.
That's correct.
But you could be convicted of this. And what kind of time are you looking at?
Damn near the rest of my life.
How'd you get out on reduced bond now?
Well, they found no physical evidence in my case. There were no ripped clothing, there was no semen, there was no sperm, and there was no pubic hair. I'm in jail for almost 2 years of my life because someone says this happened. You know what I feel like happened? I feel like I got robbed for 2 years. I felt like this cop was sitting on his lazy butt and didn't get up off his butt to do a proper investigation. I begged him.
Anthony took a lie detector test. And we asked him, did you have sexual intercourse with the woman you're accused of raping? You answered no, and the result for your lie detector test is that Anthony told the truth.
All I wanted to do was go home. I missed the birth of the baby. I had a cousin pass away. I know you guys are gonna laugh. My dog died, but it's just real. And it's just like, no matter what I say or do, it's never gonna give me back my 2 years of my life. Man, I'm to the point where I don't want to leave my house to go like to Walmart and people look around at me like I'm some type of monster, like an animal. And that's not who the hell I am.
Anthony cleared his name on my stage, but let's find out how he's been since the show. Anthony, how has it been since you've been on the show?
It's been great, Steve. I've got a brand new life. I've got a brand new girlfriend. Life is good. I mean, I've had my ups and my downs, and some people still don't believe, it is what it is, and I don't know. I mean, it's just been great. I mean, I'm on a roller coaster ride, and I want to say thank you, Steve. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come on your show and clear my name. And that was really important to me to be able to do that. And I said that the whole time I was in jail.
Now, I heard the entire jailhouse watched the show.
Yeah, they watched the show. I have a friend who works in the jail, and she said, yeah, it was on all the pods, and they watched the show. They watched you go on there. A lot of people didn't really believe I was really going to go on the show. And I told them the whole time I was in jail, I'm going to go on the show. And a part of, I was in a pod at one particular time at the jail that's got a bunch of sex offenders in the pod. And while I was in jail every day, believe it or not, I would make them watch the show purposely. And they call it kind of a little bit of torture, but I did it for that fact because I knew I was in it. I said, if you're innocent and you didn't do it, then you're right along with me. We're going to do this together. And so I did, and that was part of who I am and what you stand for something, Steve. And a lot of people really don't believe that this show does good things for people, and it does. And it helped me clear my name and get my name back. And I appreciate the things that you do.
Did you find out any of the guys in there, their reaction to you passing?
Oh yeah, they were like, "Man, you did it! I can't believe it." And they're like, "What was Steve like?" I'm like, "Oh man, Steve's Steve." And Steve's the same guy you see on TV. And hey, dude, you look pretty good these days. You look like you trimmed down a little bit. You know, you look great. You know, you look great.
Thank you. You know, as a matter of fact, when you say that, I was watching the tape and I told my wife, I go, "Man, I'm glad I lost a few pounds." So after this, you go on the show, you clear your name, but you know, you were just out on bond when you came on the show.
Definitely.
What happened with your case?
My case was dismissed. You know, it was dismissed, and like about 6 to 8 months later after the fact. So be it. You know what I'm saying? I still plan on seeking civil action against everybody involved, like the girl who basically made up the lie. I'm going to seek civil action against her. The detective later retired, so he's no longer there. So he's not off the hook either. And then possibly the state also. And everybody involved with my state. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to seek civil action.
Well, I certainly, I think anybody would understand you doing that, because what you were certainly done wrong by the legal system, by this woman. And I'm just curious, have you had any contact with that woman that accused you?
Absolutely not. I've not seen her or anything. I noticed a few months ago, she was in, well, months later, I realized that I saw something on the news break apps, things on phones, that she was in jail for something. And it serves her right for whatever it may be. You know, you just can't go around doing people that way and expect bad things not to happen to you, especially when you do dirt. You know, karma is real, and people sometimes don't really believe it, but it's real.
Now,
Karma
when we
is real.
first started talking with you said you have a girlfriend now, right?
Oh, yeah. Dude, let me tell you, Steve, and if it wasn't for your show, I would not be with that beautiful girl that I have now. Because, like, when we first started talking and seeing each other, etc., someone had told her about it, and she Googled my name, and she was like, "God, you've been in some mess." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "No, baby, I didn't. I promise you, promises, all lies." I mean, I went on the Steve Wilkos show. She said, "You went on the Steve Wilkos show?" I'm like, "Yes, I did." And then I went and found the video clip from YouTube, and I sent it to her, and she was like, I'm sorry. I should have never doubted you."
You seem like you're doing great. You look great. You got a girlfriend. I wish you all the luck in the world, and we wish you all the best here.
Hey, Steven, I really appreciate it, dude. You just don't even know the half of it. It's just like being able to come on your show and tell my side of the story made a difference in my life and others. Not only just for me, my mother, and et cetera, because you gave me a chance that no one else did. Whenever I asked those clowns to give me a polygraph, they refused. They said, "Let me talk to the DA." And it's passed the buck. You know what I mean? And I begged them for it. I begged them for the opportunity to do so. And look, one phone call got me that opportunity with you. And you were able to provide that for me. And I can't even begin to thank you for what you've done for me. And like, it's just a blessing. And you are a blessing, and you do great things. And I want you to continue to do those things. And people who doubt you and doubt your show, they're complete idiots. They really are. Because you do a hell of a job you defend the weak, and you defend the people who need to be defended. And you helped me clear my name. That was the most important factor to me, that you did that for me. And I'll never be able to repay you for that. Well, and I can't say good things about you.
You already did, Anthony, because just your story and people watching the show, hopefully by you coming on, and somebody might be in a tough situation, maybe they come on the show and you're paying it forward.
Thank you, Steve. You know, and people need to understand sometimes with the justice system, it doesn't always work as fast as you want it to work. And if you're truly innocent, be patient, because you will get your day in court. You know, stories are told and often forgotten, but the truth always comes out in the end.
All right, take care, Anthony.
Thank you, Steve.